Greetings, Skill Incarnate, bringing you all the latest indie gaming goodness. Welcome back as we check out another indie game. This time we're looking at Arena Renovation, developed by Nasalis Games and published by Playway SA, who are quickly becoming the experts at simulation games. Arena Renovation has you in charge of restoring and repairing sporting arenas across the world, getting them ready for their avid fans. Now, while this game isn't as traditional as Playway's other construction and building games, I still found myself having a ton of fun here. I think that anyone who enjoyed the other Playway games is definitely going to enjoy Arena Renovation. We're going to have a look at the first part of the campaign, and as always, I'm going to let you know what my thoughts are. Let's check out Arena Renovation. For our first arena, we have a rather humble affair. It's a small arena you would find in any country town. In fact, we had a couple where I used to live. This is fallen on hard times. We've got a lot of work to do if we're going to get this up and working again, so let's get started. First thing we're going to do is use our scanner, which is greatly improved. I love that Playway have taken some of my suggestions, along with other YouTubers as well, and have increased the ability for you to scan and to find missing items, because I hate getting a job done to 99% and then finding that there is a missing speck of dirt stuck somewhere, and then I spend hours running around trying to find it. Our first job is to pick up the small rubbish that we can easily pick and store inside a garbage bag. Then once this is full, we're going to move on to some of the big stuff. We can whip out our trusty sledge and crack into that, either destroying it outright or breaking it into smaller parts that we can process. Good-o. So whip out our garbage bag again. Get this nice and clean. Now, some people have different approaches how they like to do this. Some people like to go room by room. I like to clean the whole job site first, get everything spick and span, and only then do I worry about the rebuilding efforts. But I'm going to try and heed the tutorial. All these lockers are busted up. Whoop. So they all have to go. We're going to get fresh equipment in here. Good. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. So whip out the garbage bag once again. Start grabbing all this. It's all going to go in the bin. Okay, beautiful. So it's a bit of a slow process, but you'll see the upgrade system in a moment. We'll be able to speed this up to make it a bit more efficient with better tools and some nice upgrades, allowing us to get the job done a bit faster. We'll toss that down there for now. Whip out the hammer. Okay. Now we need to get this cleaned up too. That's okay. And level 2. So here is the upgrade system, and the first thing we're going to do is, of course, look at these perks, because these will increase our base rate of accumulating experience and our money, and also allow us to carry more rubbish. So first thing we want is experience. The faster we get experience, the faster we get level ups, and the more skill points we can attain. Now, one thing that's very important is sometimes you don't want to destroy everything. There are certain items such as these tables we may be able to fix up. Okay, so once we get all this rubbish out of the way, we'll be able to see how bad of a condition the equipment is, what we have to replace and what we can fix up. I mean, this place got hit pretty hard. For the most part, it's probably going to be a straight replacement for most of the furniture and equipment in here. Okay, I think that is pretty good. Next thing we're going to have to do is whip out the old power washer. This game took some cues from Power Wash Simulator. And we just have to get rid of all the graffiti. Now, in terms of bugs, there's really not many to speak of in this game, except for some performance issues with the game. You'll notice sometimes when I complete a quest, or if I upgrade a large part of the arena, the game slows down while it tries to redraw the level, and it does cause your game to stutter fairly badly, but for the most part the performance is pretty good. The graphics in the game, I mean the graphics for this power washer, it leaves a lot to be desired. This water graphic is pretty bad, but I mean when all you have to complain about are graphics, I think that's a pretty promising sign of a good simulator. I would rather have a mechanically sound simulator with some dodgy graphics than the other way around. And it has the same satisfying feel as you complete each build as all of Playway's other simulation games. If you had told me I would be trading up shooting zombies or running around in a military simulator for cleaning up an old arena 5 years ago, I would have laughed in your face, but here we are. I've really become a fan of Playway's games, I really have. And I wouldn't spend all this time covering them if I didn't enjoy the experience of playing them. And after completing several of them, it's great to see them gradually improve with each title. Playway also have a rather unique sense of humour. I have a bit of a dark sense of humour, and they have a similar sort of outlook. So I do love their games for the Easter eggs and the jokes they like to insert in there. Okay, I think this is one of the things I'm trying not to think too hard about, this stain on the ground. It's one of those times when I'm hoping it's just feces and not blood, because at least that means no one's died in here. But when you've got a large pool of what appears to be blood, this may be a scene that the police need to be attending before the cleaner, but it's too late now, it's all cleaned up. Out of sight, out of mind. Beautiful. Oh, one more. One more. Now I think that is just about it. Get rid of these door frames and this rake here. I am pretty damn happy with that. Yep. Okay, so next thing we'll do is get these walls resurfaced. Now I'm wondering why the scanner hasn't triggered yet. I've done everything. Strange. Maybe I need to repair the tables. Okay. There we go. Okay, so yeah, the next thing we need to do is let's get this table repaired. Okay, there we go. It was this room we need to fix. So the tutorial could probably be a bit more specific in some areas, but it's largely serviceable. I got through this mission and the couple of ones after it fairly quickly, but that might also be because I am very familiar with these games now, which is really crazy when you think that Playway came to me as a very small developer with the crazy idea that I might want to fix an old train station. I initially thought it was a bit of a waste, but I quickly warmed to these games. Let's get some more cash. And now I am a big fan of renovation games and building games and simulation games in general. I've done everything from train simulations to construction simulations. We've done a World War II themed one. I've even done a survivalist themed one. I mean, Playway are very varied in their games. Okay, so next thing we need to do is get this painted up. We're going to go for a blue and black theme. There we go. It's inspired by my hometown arena with the same colours, or very similar. Beautiful. So we're at 40%. The roof is going to be... I'm going to make that black. Beautiful. Next thing I'm going to do is the floor. And we're going to go for, I mean, this is a locker room, so let's go with the traditional tiling. Now, we don't have a lot of choice in the type of surfaces we can use, but as we complete more of the quests, we'll get access to some of the additional materials and paint colors, and we'll be able to make a really colorful and unique build. Now, we need to furnish the room, so I'm going to look for, first of all, lockers. It's a locker room, makes sense. So we're going to line these up with the tiles. There we go. One tile apart. My inner OCD is triggering. I'm trying to get these symmetrical. Now, I don't have a hell of a lot of money here, so I need to be a bit conservative with my design. These do cost money, so I'm going to try and keep things nice and tasteful, but also, oh, look at that, perfect. How's that? Okay, so we're nearly done with furnishing. I think the next thing we're going to want to do is get some benches up in here. We want something against the wall, although, no, we're not going to fit that. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Beautiful. Okay, so we'll be renovating sports facilities, and this probably should have come up at the start. We already know all of this, the quests menu, the room info. We kind of figured this out by ourselves. Next thing we want to do is to finish fixing up these tables here, and we can see here we have unlocked an additional level, the tennis hall, which is a bit bigger than the arena we're currently working on, but we're going to finish where we're at first. So, and we're going to finish this room next because we've already started on it. And the roof as well. Beautiful. Okay, next thing we're going to do is to try and keep the theme of blue and black. And I think this is coming up very nice. I'm quite happy with this. Oop, and I can see I missed something here. And something here as well. So next thing we're going to do is we want to paint the roof. I'm going to keep the black theme. I mean, we don't have a lot of different colours to work with right now. Once we get this finished, we'll earn a bit of money and I can buy some additional paints and materials, and we can start using better equipment to kit these places out, which is going to, in the long run, give us more choices and more money. Okay, renovation, the floor, of course. Okay, so we're going to go with tiling again. We're going to pick something a bit bigger. I'm happy with that. Because you know these arenas, there's no point putting carpet in here. Tiles and floorboards are going to be our best bet. And we've got level 4. Nice. So the next thing I can do is... I only have 10 SP. I'm going to go with trash. I'll be able to carry more trash. There we go. Not that we're going to need it for this arena. We're pretty much done here in terms of cleaning up. Let's get... We need furnishing. We need to get some furnishing up in here. And I believe this is a utility room. So we'll pick some cheap shelves. And pop these along the wall here. Again, using the spacing on the tiles for a rough guide. Okay, and then we'll have, what else can we build? Probably it's an outdoor unit, but we don't have access to something better, so we'll pop that there. Nice. And our furnishing is nearly complete. What else can we put in here? Oh, of course, we'll get some boxes. And we've got all these shelves, we might as well. It'll make some nice storage for us. It's cheap and easy to use. There we go, and we'll put some other boxes on the other shelf. There we go. Oh, there we go. We're full up anyway. Although my OCD is going to trigger, so I'll finish getting these done. Beautiful. Okay, so this is done, but we've got one more room to do. So we're going to rip out the trowel, fix up these walls. I'm pretty happy with this so far. Okay, and these walls we don't need to fix except for the ones that have holes in them, so we can fix those up. Beautiful. So next thing we're going to want to do is get our paintbrush out, and we're going to paint this up. And I'm pretty happy with this. This has turned out really, really nice. I like the colour scheme. Although I'll admit it wasn't it wasn't my own idea. There was a small arena where I used to do martial arts back in the day, in the country town I used to live in, and this was the colour scheme. And I remember my face going into the ground more than once when I used to spar. So let's pick a different colour for the walls. I'm going to try and I remember it being yellow. This is pretty close to what we've got. We got a bit of money to spare, so let's give this a go. Oh yeah, it's good. Nice. I like that. We can work with that. Nice. I have to do the windows as well, so we'll make those black. Oh, I don't have black. Okay, well, we've got the money. Let's spend a bit. Beautiful. So that's turning up really good. And I'm happy with the window design. Oh, damn, I did too. Whoopsies. I've got to fix that. I accidentally removed the paint on that wall because the game started a bit and then I painted the wrong color. So let's fix that. That's better. Okay, beautiful. That is really nice. So the last thing we need to do is the floor. So let's rip out. Whoops. Let's rip out the floor tool and. No, I don't seem to... Oh, I seem to have missed something. Very strange. Ah, okay. I have somehow not painted this. There we go. Beautiful. All right, I probably didn't hold the mouse button down long enough to complete that. So now we've just got to add some furnishing and we're all done. So this will be the sports area. Sports area, beautiful. We'll add some. We really don't have a lot of choices here. We'll add some benches along the back here for the crowd to sit in. I wanted to add something a bit more fancy, but we don't have a lot of selection of different furniture yet. I'll buy some more as we go, but with only 90 credits, because there's two types of currency in the game. There's the straight money for buying stuff you've unlocked, and then there's the star credits, which you use to unlock stuff in the first place. I've only got 90 of them. And as you can see, most of these are pretty expensive. So I'm going to... I don't have the money to unlock anything fancy, so we'll go with a vending machine, because people are going to get awful thirsty. Can I get a food vending machine? No, of course. I've got to pay for those, and they're quite expensive. So we'll just have to go with drinks for now. Oh, and it seems that was sufficient to complete the renovation. So we now have a 100% completed arena, and we're ready to tackle the next one. And if you want to see more of Arena Simulator, or I should say Arena Renovator, let me know. I had a blast playing this game. There is a ton more levels to complete. We're only really scratching the surface of the game, all the way up to massive areas, huge arenas where you'll have hundreds of thousands of people. That's when the game gets really fun. We'll get some of the bigger tools, we'll get some of the upgrades, and we'll really get to flex our interior design muscles. Because this one was a nice simple job, and I want to really get my teeth into the big renovations with the big tools and a bit more selection and choice in how we make these areas come to life. But if you enjoyed this video, leave me a like, leave me a subscribe. It really helps the channel. Thank you to the developers. Thank you to Playway for yet another excellent simulation game. And hopefully I'll bring you more when you join me next time. Until then, Skill Incarnate, out.